Yo, what's going on? Welcome to another episode, Real Conversations Podcast, presented to you by Real Conversations Podcast Network. Today we got a special guest, to pop off the season, new season, season six. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. We got a special guest. We got a multi-talented actress, model, hip hop artist, and she go by the name of DiorTheChocolateDoll, coming from the ATL slash Ohio. We're gonna get her story. We're gonna get her upbringing. What got her into the industry. Any advice she got for the youth coming up, trying to pursue her same type of career path, and everything she got coming up in the future. So I want to welcome y'all to the show, and I want y'all to give a round of applause for our special guest, Dior, the chocolate dog. Let's get it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me today. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy you can join us. Give us your time, your energy, spread some knowledge to the people. Tell your story pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just gonna start it from the top. Tell us, where you from. How was it growing up, and how did your environment affect, how you grew up. How it shaped you. How did it mold you?
Okay. Well, my name is Dior. I go by Dior the Chocolate Doll. My hometown, I'm from Akron, Ohio. I'm now new to Atlanta. If you don't know how Akron or like Ohio is, it's a very small, I'm from the country, the Midwest. So I grew up like it's nothing like big in the city. Really nothing to do. I grew up doing like talent shows and things like that. Um, like a bunch of talent shows. I grew up doing that, and then I started getting into modeling. I really started modeling since I was 3 years old. So just doing like small beauty pageants and things like that around the city. It's not much because we were really tiny. So like I grew up doing that type of thing. So once I got older and started branching off for my own self, I ended up, branching off to different environments. Like, oh, I can travel now on my own. I can do this. I can do that. And then I started venturing off to different things and getting more into the modeling world to where now I'm doing big things in Atlanta with my music and modeling.
All right. Okay. Before you go further into that, let's just bring it back a little bit. What even inspired you to start modeling? Like, some girls gonna be shy. What made you steer in that path?
What really started, like I said, I started beauty pageants when I was 3 years old of like doing that. But what really got me was like my grandmother used to take me to like the ebony fashion fairs back in the day of like seeing that atmosphere of like all them beautiful models with the designs and the fashion stuff. Like, oh, I want to do that. I could do that. Like, seeing that all the time and reading the Jet magazines. I'm like, oh, she pretty, like Beauty of the Month. Oh, I could do that. And my grandma like, you could do anything you put your mind to. Like you do this, do that. You keep going and you could be in the magazines. So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like that inspired me to see that type of stuff at a young age. Like, oh, that's so pretty. I see the, fashion shows and that really boosts my self-esteem. Like, oh, I want to do that. And I love Naomi Campbell back then. So like watching her on TV, on Victoria's Secret fashion shows and different things, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to be like her. So that's what like really inspired me. Like, oh yeah, I could do that.
All right. That's what's up. So, after you moved to Atlanta, like, what did you get into? Like, I know that you a model, but like, tell us about the acting and the music. Like, did that come from Atlanta, or how did you get introduced to that type of field?
Um, no, like more so, I had started working with FTC Publications, which is like a big Like they do modeling, they do acting, they do a bunch of stuff. I started working with them in 2019, which made me like, oh, I'm tired of traveling back and forth. But more so like when I was doing my younger stuff with modeling, I always did acting. I was on like mental commercials and stuff. Like I did auditions for a bunch of stuff and did that with pro modeling agency back home. So that's what made me like, oh yeah, it's a bigger like where I'm from is small. So like this is a bigger opportunity because so much people that could see me more out here. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what made me want to further everything else once I got here. Like, oh yeah, now I can push it further. I can't do much home because it's small. It's nothing really here. Let me travel and make a bigger name for myself.
Okay, that's cool. I feel you. So, like, how was high school for you? Was you doing talent shows, things like that?
Oh, in high school, I was like really nerdy. I was in a lot of like the little um student council and stuff like that. But I played sports. I played basketball for a little bit, but I made captain of the step team, which is kind of like fraternity type of stepping and stuff. So I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do this. I did captain of the tennis team. I did stuff like that. So like in high school, I did do like dancing type of stuff. It was never like modeling that, but it was more so like on a dancing vibe.
Okay. So, when was the point in your life to where you put 100% in the modeling, music, acting? Like,
I'm
when
gonna
was
be
it where?
honest.
Yeah, yeah. Break it down. Break it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. 2016, well, really 2015, I found out I had a heart condition to where I was hospitalized because they thought I had like palpitations, stuff going on with my heart. I was hospitalized. I ended up having the biggest open heart operation in October 2016. I had the very first ever pericardioplasty and they did a bypass.
Oh,
I died during surgery a couple of times. I was on life support, lost all the function in my body, all types of stuff. And like to be able to live through that, and God kept me here for a reason. I lost like literally, I couldn't talk, I couldn't walk. Like I was on a walker cane, all types of stuff. Lived in a nursing home. So like to go through that and be able to live through that and make it through, that's when I'm like, oh, now it's go time. Like he kept me here for a reason. Not only a testimony, but to like live my dream. And that's
right.
what really made me push harder. My grandmother, she raised me since I was 6. So like she passed away with COVID in 2021. So it was like her not being there and knowing that, she was the one who started me with a lot of the like put me in modeling school and stuff. So like I gotta live my dream still because I know she wouldn't want me to give up. So all that tied together is what made me really like, hey, we about to go hard for her and myself because I've been through a lot and people don't know that. Like, yeah, it's time to go and I'm gonna follow every dream that I thought of because I'm here for a reason.
Okay, so now we gon' if you don't mind, can we get more in depth into you overcoming that? Like the time period in between, what kept you going? What kept you
Yeah.
strong?
That was like, I swear, that was like the scariest stuff to go through because originally they was like, hey, like you had, like, I'll tell you, like, I was born and I never knew with my heart in my back, on my spine, facing the other side with no pericardium. And I got sick with that and stuff and like passing out and all types of crazy stuff. And when they put me on like heart monitors for a while, they put me in the observation unit at the hospital. Was like, hey, like, did you know your heart's in your back? Like, they couldn't find my heart nowhere. They're like checking everywhere. Your heart's in your back.
Uh,
We got to do emergency surgery. It's a chance that if you get the surgery, you might not live. You might have, say, be paralyzed, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm like, oh, I'm going to fight for my life. Like, okay, I'm going to take the chances. Signing the papers. I did the surgery, not thinking it was going to be as bad as it did. I had so many complications with like losing blood and stuff, the blood transfusion, all types of stuff to where I was on life support, fighting for my life in the midst of surgery, I think like the second time I flatlined, they're like, hey, I gotta tell you something. We never told a patient this. You're 22 and a half weeks pregnant. It's a boy. And because of my son, my youngest son being in my stomach, they were able to bring me back to life to save me. So I
ah,
do what I do because of my kids. You know what I'm saying? So like
Ah,
going through that and like, oh, now I got a second son. Like I got an older son and my second son. Like, oh, he saved my life. So I do what I do because of my kids, and I go even harder because of that reason.
I like no no disrespect. I don't want to cut you off, but I know for a fact you feel a certain way when people might tell you, ain't no God, ain't no higher power. Like I know you look at them like you ain't been
Hmm.
through shit. You don't know what the hell you talking about.
I do because sorry to cut you off during surgery, and that's another thing. Like I said, during surgery, and it's crazy because when I flatlined, like I didn't even know like what was going on. You know, what I'm saying I'm out of it. I'm understood, but I seen heaven. And I seen my best
Mm.
friend who passed away, and I seen my auntie who passed away. We had conversation. I'm asking myself, like, "Am I dead?" I remember saying that. I remember seeing pretty lights and stuff. Am I dead? I'm watching over you. He just sent me a baby to save my life. But it took forever to heal from that. I literally started back like on the runway and stuff at the end of 2019. I actually had to go through a whole freaking like rehabilitation where I lived in the nursing home and all trying to walk again. They sent me home. I'm like, I'm not giving up. I literally myself going up and down my steps, holding on to the doggone stuff, trying to walk again, talk again, all that stuff, and did it myself. Like I had a home nurse for like a couple months until my son came, and then all me of learning how to do that again. I'm getting back on that runway. It's not stopping me. I'm still going.
Like even though it's January, like we got to give you a round of applause. This is Black History, like real talk. Like your life,
Thank you.
every step. Like come on now.
Thank
Like
you.
your bare minimum is more than what people with more. You feel me? That
Mhm.
got all their limbs. That never been through a surgery. Like you
Right.
just
And it's really scary because like going through that and happen to like, oh, I'm regular. Going through that and not knowing the outcome, not if I'm gonna wake up again. But it happened to live in the nursing home, like the youngest, it's all old people. I can't walk. I gotta use the bathroom. I gotta do this. I need help. You know what I'm saying? You by yourself and just I went through a whole mental like breakdown in there crying. I'm like, oh my God, like I wanted to give up. But at the same time, it's like, oh, girl, you know, so you about to have a baby. Get yourself together. You gotta live for these kids. You know what I'm saying? So
okay. Like
it was
okay, we
crazy.
gotta we gotta use this moment right here for a testimony and a lesson. Like I want you to
Hmm.
just break down all the way to some. God forbid some woman, going through some similar. Might not be the same, but some similar to the way, like you said, her life is just, ground zero. She got to start from scratch, like
Hmm.
rehabilitation. What advice would you get that woman that's having them same mental breakdowns that you had? Like, what could
I
you
would
tell
say
her?
like literally like God put us through certain situations. He put his, said the toughest battle on the biggest soldiers. You gotta stay strong, no matter how tough, no matter what you're going through, because at the end of the road, you gonna make it through. I almost gave up, but the faith, you keep your faith in, like, you know what I'm saying? You love God, God, He got your back. Hold on to that. Because at the end of the tunnel, it's gonna be some light. So
Yeah,
stay strong and don't give up on anything, not even your dreams, not even life. Because your life is the most precious thing. We got one life to live. You gotta live it.
yeah, that's real. That's how we boy. This a home run. First
Yeah.
first episode. We ain't playing. But let's get to a lighter note. Let's get back to the future right now, the present time.
Okay.
And just tell them like what you got going on with the music, what you got going on modeling, acting, like
Okay.
what's Dior doing right now, 2025. What's coming
So
up?
right now, I actually have my single, Let Them See It. That's out. It's on all platforms. I also have my EP that I'm getting ready to drop, called Body Language, which is really it's on a different side than Let Them See It. I'm gonna be singing and some other stuff on there. So Look out for that. I'm also working with Laferdie TV. I'm an actress and a producer on there. So look out for those skits. I'm doing that as well. So be
Okay,
looking out for
so
that.
Dior, we had to get all that out the way, and I
Okay.
had to really, I got a daughter, and I rock with you. Your story good, it's great. It almost brought me to tears,
Oh Lord.
but I listened to Let Me See It. I'm like, damn, how we coming on this one? Like, is this X-rated back to BET uncut? What's going on out this one? So I'm just like, you know what I mean? I feel you. Do what you do. We grown. I mean, I ain't no
Right.
shame. I ain't judging nobody. But I'm just like, to the younger girls, would you tell them to go that way? Would you tell them to be more themselves, or like I know sex sells, so
Right.
I ain't judging. Like it's marketing. I already feel you. But
Right.
like, what would you tell to the three year
Younger
old?
girls,
Yeah,
no. But it's like generally it's more so of a fun song. Of like, females that want to have fun to dance. I love to dance to have fun because it be, all that. If you see the actual video, I didn't put it on no explicit stuff. I actually put it on some fun of like you could be a sexy woman and have fun and explore. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to give that bad vibe to younger women. No, books
okay.
before boys because boys bring babies. No, no.
Nah, that's real. That's real. That's all. Hey, that's all you gotta say for real.
It's more fun of like having fun. You could be beautiful and have fun. You go to YouTube and see the video. You see, I bring it to sports vibe of us
Right.
dressed in sports gear. Me and the girls having fun. Sorority vibes where I'm stepping in the video and stuff. It's more on some fun stuff.
Right.
No.
Yeah, I feel you. But so like, okay, somebody want to reach out to Dior, they want to feature, they want to you to host a club. Like, how can they reach out to you? What's some of your social sites? And some
Yes, you
contact.
can hit me up on Instagram at DiorTheChocolateDoll. Also have TikTok is the same. Also, I'm on Rap Chat, the same name, and that's pretty much all I'm on right now.
Okay, okay. So before you close out, could you get a podcast just a shout out? You feel me?
I'm sorry, can you repeat it?
I said, can you give us a shout out?
Give you guys a shout out.
Yeah, give us a shout out. Yeah.
All right. You want me to say a name or just the podcast? All right, it's your girl Dior Chakadao checking in. Let's give a big, big shout out to the Real Combos podcast. Stay in the building.
For sure. All right, till next time. Appreciate you. All right.
All right.
All right, for sure. There y'all have it. New episode, new year. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow Dior the Chocolate Doll. Make sure y'all check out that new single. Let me see it. You feel me? Check out, tap in with us. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Patreon. We got a lot of things coming up. We appreciate y'all. Much love. Enjoy the week. And take care of your business, man. Until next time. Real Conversation Podcast on Real Conversation Podcast Network. We appreciate y'all. The next time. Love. There we go. Damn, she had